And if you can actually just wiggle your toes for me, there's the rest.
You got a little loose.
A little looser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's go ahead and just chat real quick in terms of your neck pain, Christian. So in terms of where you're feeling it at, where are you noticing it the most right now?
Usually on the right.
More on that right shoulder
and it
here?
radiates to the shoulder, yes.
Okay, and then as you go feeling into the shoulder, does it just kind of stop here? Does it kind of linger into the arm as well?
It stops here, but it goes to the shoulder blade.
Down into the shoulder blade here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, now I'm trying to remember, because I think you said you recently just moved out here, but then
Yes.
I think you became more sedentary? Is that what you started noticing?
Yeah.
Okay, but there wasn't any trauma or anything that we had in the
No.
past?
No.
Okay, what do you think, because your spine, after looking at the x-rays, there's definitely a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
What do you feel like that might have been from, like in terms of, was there a lot of injuries, or did you have a lot of like sports traumas or anything like that?
I haven't experienced any like major injuries or sports trauma usually.
Okay. Any injuries when you were younger or anything like that?
No, not that I
Nothing.
remember, yeah.
Now, I don't know exactly for sure, because I mean, you know, there could have been a lot of stuff that could have been going on in your life, but definitely from what your spine looks like, I feel like that's probably something that happened when you were much younger. 3, 4, 5. All right, so here's T5, 6, 5, 4. Any soreness or tenderness with those? 4,
Not much.
5, and then 6. There's a little bit of inflammation right in that 6 right there,
area,
so I
yeah.
can tell it's a little bit more swollen in there. And then this guy, we got this L5 right down below here. That one, that's stuck right there.
Okay.
L4 moves pretty good. It's that L5 that we're not
feel
seeing.
the tightness there.
You can feel that tightness? Yeah. Let me take a look at the neck here, because right here is right on the base of your neck. This is C6.
Okay.
7, 1. I'm gonna tilt you back again. 7, and then 6. Oof. 7 and 6 are definitely really tight. I think 6 is where
that one is the one.
that's your C6 right there. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start, as the base of the neck.
Okay.
And hopefully as we get more and more movement in there, those will help the muscles to ease up a little bit as well.
Okay.
So all right, so we're going to do C6, we're going to do T6, and then we're going to do L5 here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you might feel a little bit of a popping, clicking noise.
Okay.
That's just the gases in the joints, okay?
Okay.
Relaxing that shoulder on the right side.
Okay.
I'm going to stabilize you with this hand. This hand, I'm going to a little bit of a push right there, okay?
Okay.
Now, there you go, perfect. And as you relax that shoulder, I just need you to bring your chin up just a little bit. There you go. A little tiny piece. Hold that right there. I think there's just a little bit more. I want to see if I get a little more on that left side here.
Okay.
Okay, relax in there. Get your chin up a little bit. Right there's perfect. And relax that left shoulder. And if you can actually just wiggle your toes for me, there's the rest. Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Roll you just a little bit. I won't drop you, okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't want to twist or crank you like a pretzel. I'm just going to roll you the whole unit.
Okay.
I'm going to hold your pelvis down and just push the shoulder upwards, not backwards, okay?
Right.
Just like that. Relaxing the shoulder. There you go. Nice. Nice and easy on that one.
Okay.
Coming up.
Wow. Okay.
All right, man. Come on over. We got one more. Let's get you on this table right here. Both feet there, facing the table.
Like this?
Facing the table, face down.
Okay.
Hands right here, face down right into the table here. Come on down. There you go. All right, take a deep breath. Let it go all the way out. Dropping the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders there. Nice. Okay, good. Just with that though, any difference that you notice in your neck, how does that feel?
You got a little loose.
A little looser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Good.
Because
Right.
earlier doing this, it's tight. Now it's a little.
A little looser?
Yeah.
Good, man. All right, well, this is just the start. And like I told you, you got an extensive amount of arthritis in there. So our goal is to try to get more function into the joints, get some more mobility, get some movement in there. And like you mentioned, in terms of like some of the stiffness and the tightness that you've experienced in the past, we want to try to reduce some of that as we start to get more mobility in there. And ideally, as we continue with that, as we get more and more movement in the joints, that will help to improve the function, which will help to decrease the instability, I should say, and then those muscles can start to relax, and then that tension can decrease. So it's a bit of a step and a process, and things are looking good already, man, so I'm really glad to see that. In terms of the thing that we did the most that I really am looking forward to seeing how you do is your C6 here. Okay, now we've talked about this already, but that spine should have a curvature in there. In that C6, that's the base of your neck here, it's already flattened out quite a bit. So because of that, we're starting to see some of the arthritis and degeneration in the discs. Now, like I mentioned, there's only so much we can do about that. We're not going to regrow disc space or anything like that. But if we can reposition those joints and try to get some curvature coming back in there, that will take off a lot of the stress off of the front here. So we're going to see how that does. But we did a really good adjustment on that, so I'm really happy to see the progress already on that. And then the last couple things we did was the T6 in the mid back, and then the L5 in the lower back here. So we got some work to do. But with that, I want you to start getting some, well, you get plenty of walking in with your job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just keep doing that, making sure you're monitoring your posture, especially for you because you've lost that curve. Avoid looking down so much, especially if you're on your cell phone or on like the computer. Try to maintain a good posture. Even if you're on your cell phone, bring up your arms like this, or put your elbow underneath, your hand underneath your elbow.
So at least like
just to keep your head.
My chin is always.
Try to keep your head more level, as opposed to bringing your head down like this. But unfortunately, our society and our world, it causes us to look down more, right? So we have to really try to fight that. So let's see how that does, and then if you do need to, ice is your best friend if you're feeling a little soreness, any achiness, because we did some work on the body. Sometimes we might need to use some ice to help to relieve some of that stress there. That's going to be it for today. Any questions for me?
So far, in regards to like activity, if I started like, if I wanted to play basketball, should I play moderately or should I just play in the normal?
Here's what I would ask you to do, because we're in the beginning process, right? So what I would say is within the next 2 weeks, if 100% your intensity level, let's bring it down to like 60 to 70%. In the sense that I want you still moving and I want you still doing stuff that you're doing, but I want to figure out if you do something where you're like very strenuous and you come back to me like, man, I'm really sore, really tense, then I'm like, well, was it from the adjustment or was it from playing basketball?
So we'll hold on to
So kind of bring it down a notch just so we can kind of let your body get some movement in, but then I can make sure that we're trying to eliminate a lot of the strenuous activity so I know exactly how your body responds to the treatment.
Right. So just walking is fine.
Walking, getting some movement and walking or jogging with basketball. You can still shoot some hoops and stuff like that.
But not too much.
But just kind of take it easier,
okay, sounds good.
All right, man. Welcome to the office, man.
Thank you.